ladies and gentlemen, this is Lazy Pete bringing you yet another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you guys a very useful program called BukkitGUI. Now, the first part of this video I'll be showing you guys how to implement BukkitGUI into your own server. The second part of this video I'll be talking about BukkitGUI's interface to show you guys what this program is capable of. Now let's get started. Now, for BukkitGUI, you don't really need to download the newest version of JRE, but what you need to know is the version of it. So if you're too lazy to check, or if you don't know how to check, might as well just go to this link and download the new one. I'll put the link in the description, and it's free, you know. The second thing you need to download is obviously the BukkitGUI. So I will put this link in the description as well. What you need to do is just click on download and click on download again, so you'll just start download the file. Okay, now for the first part of this video, I'll be talking about how to implement BukkitGUI into your own server. Now, this is a fairly simple process. As you see right now, we have our BukkitGUI on our desktop because I just downloaded it. And what you want to do, or what I recommend you to do, is to move BukkitGUI into your server folder because it's a lot easier to organize. Go ahead, double click on BukkitGUI, and this is your default interface. You want to go to Super Start, server type. You pick the server that you're currently running. So for me, I'm running a Spaghetti server at the moment. For Java version, you need to know that, right? It's your JRE version. For me, I'm running a JRE 7 x 64-bit system. So yeah, for minimum RAM, maximum RAM, you can just configure them as you wish. And this is the important part, your jar file. This is where your server jar is located. So for me, it's in test server 2, and I just select my server jar, I press open, and yeah, it's all done, it's all set up. So I'll go through other features in a second, but as for now, let's just launch the server. As you see, the server is up and running. Now, for the second part of this video, I would love to talk about the basic interface for BukkitGUI. Now, this is the main tab, I guess, for BukkitGUI. You get to type any commands you wish. You don't need to type / for it, you just type the command straight away. For example, you just type say hi, so the server will say hi. And this little tab right here, this empty tab, is to display all the online players in your server. Currently my server is empty, so you don't see any players. And right here you get to stop your server, restart it, reload it, or kill it. You only kill it when it crashes, really. I don't recommend you to do that. You only do it when you have to. This is where your player data is stored. You get to see their name, their IP, location, time joined, whitelist, OP, etc. And this is the Super Start menu. This is where we started our tutorial at. You get to choose a server type, Java version, minimum RAM, maximum RAM, and most importantly, where your server file is located. Now you get to download a newer version of your server if you just click on download latest recommended build, or download the latest development build, which I don't recommend because it's quite glitchy sometimes. And you can also download the specific build number, which is really cool and convenient. And this is the arrow tab, where you see all the arrow logging for your server. And let's go to the task manager. This is a pretty interesting mechanic, I like it a lot. So I'm just gonna demonstrate an example of how this thing works, okay? Let's add a task. Okay, so before we name it, I would like to give it a signal for when it triggers. So it triggers, let's say it triggers when the server stops, okay? And what's gonna happen when the server stops? We're gonna start the server again. So let's name it auto restart, actually. Auto restart. I can't do that? I can't have space? Okay. There we go, auto restart. So what's gonna happen now if I stop my server, which I'm going to do right now, it will restart it again. Look, so this is useful when you're running a 24-hour server and it just gets shut down for no reason. This will restart your server instantaneously, which is very useful. I like it a lot. And you can also do a bunch of other stuff with this. I will put a link in the description of everything you can do with Task Manager. And this is your plugin tab. In this tab, you get to download all the plugins. You just do a search and you click on the plugins you want. For example, I want MCMMO. I just pick a version and I install the selected version. And all your install plugins go to your install plugin tab and you can manage it from there. For example, if I want, let's just say manage clear lag, I double click and I know all the permissions, I know all the commands, and for some you can even configure it. And this is your server options. This is basically the server file, which is this file in your server. Okay, now this is a lot more, I would say, compact and a lot easier to manage. You get to, configure a server through this tab. You can whitelist people, OP people, ban players, or ban their IP. And next tab is the backup. You get to, make a little backup for a server. Let's just make a folder named backup, and let's try to back our own server up. So we do add backup name, backup for YouTube. Browse the server backup. So our server, it's just the test server. I just want to back up the entire folder. So basically, you select the entire folder and folder to store my backup. I want it to be at the backup folder, which is on my desktop. I select that, I press OK, and I'm just gonna, execute it, and bam, backup complete. And as you see right here in my folder, I got all of it. I got all the backups. Anyway, the last tab is the option tab. This is where you configure your BukkitGUI. So as you see, you can get to choose your language, configure location, tab pages. You get to, show players tab, show error logging tab. You can hide them if you wish to. And those are a bunch of other configuration, which is pretty useless. You can also change your font. You can change your font size or the color of the different messages, which is pretty neat, but at the same time, I like to keep everything as the way it is. You can also make BukkitGUI to play a song when certain action happen, and etc. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of my tutorial. I will be uploading more and more tutorials. Just stick around. Peace.